Greetings to all of my friends at the Targeting Metabesity 2020 conference. It's Congressman Jamie Raskin from Maryland's 8th District. I am not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a researcher, but I represent some of the greatest doctors, scientists, researchers in the world at NIH. I am the congressman from NIH and FDA and NOAA and a number of other great scientific installations. With Congresswoman Donna Shalala from Florida, I introduced the Reopen America Act in the spring to try to develop a comprehensive, coordinated strategy to defeat the disease, something which we still don't have, tragically, in the United States of America. So in this time of unprecedented health challenge for our country and for the whole world, scientists, healthcare providers, and others are increasingly recognizing the intimate connection between an acute infectious pandemic and the health resilience in the elderly and those with other vulnerabilities like diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular disease, and other chronic diseases. So this is an essential connection that we need to explore at every level: the molecular, the systemic, the scientific, the sociological, the political, and the policy. So we commend your Targeting Metabesity 2020 virtual conference that's taking place this week for seeking to promote the translation of emerging science into material accessible gains in the public health by preventing or delaying chronic diseases and extending human lifespan, the period of life free from debilitating diseases, or the so-called health span. We agree on the critical importance of cross-disciplinary, comprehensive efforts among scientists, healthcare providers, industry, and policymakers, and we're delighted to hear that you have lots of policymakers like Congresswoman Shalala, my friend, and regulators like Dr. Peter Stein at the FDA, and government scientific leaders like Dr. Luigi Ferrucci of the National Institute on Aging participating in your conference and speaking on panels for you. So I look forward to working with all of the constituents represented at this conference, all of the people drawn from institutions like the National Institute of Medicine, NIH, and FDA, my constituents, and all others from the Washington area and across the country to pass the urgently needed federal legislation to make healthy longevity for all Americans a national priority, and to realize the so-called longevity dividend of lower public and private healthcare costs, and a society where we treasure our elderly as assets and key contributors, and not as liabilities and not a drain on everyone else. So the work you're doing is essential, it's indispensable, it's important, and I'm thrilled that you're meeting, and I look forward to all of the great results of these brainstorming and research exchange sessions. Thanks so much for what you're doing.